Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Brett's vlogs, and we are closing back in for him on that 600 plus pound pull. I would need to do the math, but I think we're getting decently close at this point. So this is the last week where he's doing a 4 day a week with a press. Next week, we go over to 3 day a week training. Right, it's what he wants to do. He knows it works. He knows we're going to get the results we want doing it. And he had come to me and said, hey, what's the minimum amount of work I can do every week and continue to make the gains I'm making now? And I'm like, similar to what Isaac does, similar to kind of what I'm going to be doing for a while. These 3 day setups. And he's like, yeah, I think we need to do that then. Let's do that. Because again, he's dealing with a lot of other stuff going on. We're still working off muscle memory, although feel like some of his other lifts, his non-deadlift lifts, are getting real close to the best we had them at. I think we're relatively close because I think he got like 240 for I think 9 reps on his close grip bench. And we're getting close. Overhead press probably the strongest it's ever been, but we don't need it. We're going to cut it out and he'll still be strong at it. Why? Because we do tricep work and we do close grip benching. Like that will build your overhead press. Okay, that's all we need. So we do his bench work, and then he does pull-ups and he does arms, but he didn't get that on camera this week. And with a lot of those, we're only going to be doing those once a week now. All right? How many sets of curls do you really need? If you're doing pull-ups a couple times a week, 5 good sets of curls. Okay? He's doing plenty of close grip benching for volume. 5 sets of triceps once a week after that's fine. You can still make great gains. And what do I consider to be good gains? Like still making good gains. Anything that's 85 to 90% of the maximum gains you could make. And for most people, that would be phenomenal. Like some people hear that and say, well, that's not good enough. It's like, yeah, but if you're only stimulating 90% of your possible gains, you don't have to back off as often. You're more consistent. All right, you're more consistent. And we could argue whether it really is 90%. Because again, comes back over to all those questions about volume. If you're in the optimal volume range for hypertrophy, how much difference is there really by changing it? As long as you're inside that window. I don't think it really is 10%. Okay. And all that extra work comes with a price in terms of fatigue. We really should be looking at that. We need to be looking at what's optimal. And oftentimes what's optimal isn't just about what do we stimulate. So what if it's a few percent less, but we recover dramatically faster? Okay, that's a big deal because that recovery is a big element of it, of how much muscle we gain. Again, keeping in mind, look at those volume studies. They found that more work in most of the studies past a certain point produced less muscle, even though the early sets were the same. Just adding the too much extra work reduced muscle growth. And it has to do with the recovery end. You're stimulating more, sure, but if you're recovering slower, the net result is slightly less muscle. Okay. So what does he do on his squat days? We do belt squats. Does belt squats. And we do ab work and stuff like that. And this is, again, just how we're going to finish it for this phase. It's going to be all a little more condensed. It'll be more condensed moving forward. Because I like to do things like the arm work and extra back work and stuff on deadlift day. We can get most of our real leg work in on squat days. And again, it's not like there isn't overlap. The way you've got to think of on a squat bench deadlift day is the squat day is a lower body day. The bench day is an upper body day, and the deadlift day is technically kind of a full body, but it's a little more posterior side dominant. So you have to look at it. Now pressing, he went crazy good. I don't know, he got like 170 for a bunch of reps. He got a bunch of reps. Like 8 or 9 or something crazy. So that went quite well for him. Again, he's gotten strong there. And then, of course, we do our back off work. And in his case, people are like, are you going to get enough pressing? We just want to, yeah, because we're going to add dips and stuff in. All right, we're going to add in some dips. He likes dips. He's good at them. He has dipping bars. We haven't used them in a while. They'll replace any pressing volume we would have got from boring but big on the standing press. Again, bring up his pecs and his triceps. That's what he needs. Although when we get to his tricep extensions, you watch him do it this time, his triceps are definitely getting bigger. Triceps are getting bigger. So what do we do for accessory work here? Pull-ups, curls, tricep press downs, right? So, and some people may not like his range of motion on the pull-up. You know what? I don't care. When I have a guy who's 6'3", 240 pounds, who can knock out sets of 10 on pull-ups, even if they're short stroking the reps, there's a point where I don't care. He's getting more growth stimulus than most of you guys. If you're 190 pounds and you're doing a dead hang, you're still stimulating less hypertrophy than he is, stopping short at the bottom. It's not comparable. He's still going to grow faster than you because of the total tonnage involved in the workloads. Also, pull-ups and chin-ups are not even the hardest at the bottom. Again, what I talked about in the other vlog, I just vlogged full range of motion curls. But there we go. We can see as he's doing his press downs, especially as he gets closer to the camera, the tricep growth has been serious. And look what it takes to do that. He just does closed grip benching and band press downs. It's a good combination. It's a good combination and it's working. All right, his triceps are growing. All his pressing strength is going up. It's sufficient. And I may be doing more free work stuff, but I still think band work like this has its place. All right, and there you go. There's a good shot. You get an idea, guys. So we're seeing good tricep growth coming back. Then the deadlifts are just on fire. He pulled 470 for 7 reps. Okay, 470 for 7. We're real close to being able to break 600 again. All right, we're real close. Find out more next training block when we get to some of those 95% training maxes and see what he can get. And again, his deadlift days are pretty simple right now. You just deadlift for a lot of volume, which is all programmed, of course. It's not just random volume. You know, so he builds up to these peak sets, does 5 by 10, and then we do glute ham raises, right? Get those hamstrings and glutes developed. And you know, if your back is strong, the glute ham raise alone will bring your deadlift up. You know, that's what people have to think about. Like, what if my back's not strong? Reverse hypers, pull-ups, stuff like that. Well, more deadlifting will do it too. But, you know, ultimately, come over to the main primary movers, glutes and hamstrings, and quads to some extent. Right? Glute ham raise will raise your deadlift. It will build the most important primary movers very effectively. And it also can reduce injuries. Right? Less hamstring tears. And then he finishes up with the glute ham raises after this. So again, his hamstrings are worked pretty thoroughly. Right? The posterior chain work on this day is crazy. The quad work is crazy on a squat day. It's a lot of volume. You're getting up in that 10 plus set range of quality work. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.